Hey, welcome back to my channel. So glad to be with you all again. Today I just want to talk about that you have a purpose. I may not know what your calling is or whatever, but I know that if you have a pulse, if you are alive, if your heart is beating right here, right now, you have a purpose. God has a plan for your life. And I know that sometimes we get in this waiting season and it can be so difficult to see God in that. It can be so difficult to see God working in that. But I want to encourage you that God is working. He's working in your life right here, right now. In fact, God may have somehow made a way for you to see this message right here, right now. But I want you to know that you have a purpose. And, you know, I put on YouTube back a few days ago or so about, me being a people pleaser. And that's true. I used to be a people pleaser so much. Like, I was the type of person that if somebody disliked me, it hurt so much because I wanted everybody to like me. And maybe you are in that struggle right now. I want to encourage you to not be a people pleaser. To not, there's going to be some people that don't like you. And that's okay. People hated Jesus too, and he was perfect. And he had haters. So the fact that Jesus had haters, you're going to have haters too. And I just want to encourage you not to be a people pleaser. You are supposed to be, you was put on this earth for audience one. And what I mean by that is you need to strive to please God. You need to strive to honor and glorify God in everything. The reason why you do stuff shouldn't be to please others. Shouldn't be to please friends, family, what people around you. Now, it can be a good thing to want to help somebody simply because you want to and you feel led to do so. That's not a problem. But if your reason behind it is to brag about it and say, look what I can do, then you're not really honoring God in that way. So I want to encourage you to be a God pleaser and not a people pleaser. You have a purpose. God has great plans for you, and your plan may not look like my plan. And I know we can get so caught up in comparison with other people, right? So we can get caught up in everybody's timeline and be like, well, that person had this at this age, so I need to have that at that age. And it's like, no, your timeline isn't going to look like everybody else's. Your life, God's plan for you isn't going to look like everybody else's. You think about the story of David, okay? David was a shepherd, and he was not looked at as the strongest of his family. Actually, he was looked at like the runt of his family. No one believed that he would be king. It took time to build David up to that. It took a waiting season or a shepherd season for him to become king. And maybe that's with you. Maybe God has you in that season, in that waiting season, that shepherding season before he can appoint you to a different position. And I just want to encourage you to don't give up. Don't lose heart. Don't lose faith. Be of good cheer, for Jesus has overcome the world. And I just want to encourage you with that, because I know it can be hard. I know that can kind of be devastating. I know it can make you want to be isolated and get you in comparison. I know it can because I've been there before. But I want to encourage you to not be in comparison. You are made in the image of God. You are not the same as everybody else. He made everyone unique. You are unique. So I want to encourage you to live original and to celebrate life fully, even in the waiting season. To flourish in that waiting season. To flourish in the storm. And you might be thinking, well, how can I do that when I'm having all these problems? It's simple. Be anchored to Jesus. Jesus is your anchor in the storm. That's not going to stop you from going through a storm, but it'll help you stay put and stay anchored during the storm. It's not going to stop the storms from happening. We're all going to face difficulties in our life. But when you have Jesus, you can have that peace that passes all understanding. And I just want to encourage you, because maybe there is somebody that needs to listen to this, that needs to hear this. Because I know it can be hard. I know it can be difficult. But if you have a pulse, you have a purpose. And you may not know what that purpose is. But I want to encourage you to keep going, keep trusting in Jesus, and He will guide you. He will call you, and once He calls you, step out into that. I hope this encourages you. I hope this speaks to you in some way, form, or fashion. But yeah, if you don't know Jesus, I encourage you to get to know Him, because He's the best. He's absolutely the best. I would not be here today if it wasn't for Him. So I just pray this message blesses you, and I pray you all have a blessed Monday. Bye.